Welcome, Japanese woodblock print collectors and enthusiasts. At first glance, these prints might look beyond saving. Extensive insect damage, missing sections, torn paper. To most collectors, they are unwanted remnants of 19th century Japanese art. But for textile designer and lifelong ukiyo-e collector Philip Jacobs, they became a challenge, a study in craftsmanship, and ultimately a way to bring forgotten Hiroshige landscapes back to life. At Miya Gallery, we are fascinated by every aspect of Japanese woodblock print collecting, from first-time buyers discovering ukiyo-e to experienced collectors who have spent decades studying and collecting woodblock prints. One of our favorite aspects of collecting is that no two collectors approach it the same way. Some focus on landscape prints, others focus on actor portraits, beauties, warriors, animals, modern shin hanga, or very rare early impressions. Some are scholars, others simply fall in love with the imagery and the aesthetics. That's why we began profiling collectors on our website, sharing their stories, backgrounds, and passions that make this field so interesting. And today I thought we'd bring you a unique collector story that caught our attention. Like many collectors of his generation, Philip first discovered ukiyo-e through the wave of Japanese influence that spread through the 1960s and 70s. The Beatles, Eastern aesthetics, and Japanese design all helped spark his curiosity. And then at around 12 years old, he encountered a print by the artist Utagawa Hiroshige. And that changed everything. Philip was so fascinated by Hiroshige's work that he began copying the prints himself using poster paints. At the age of 15, he sold a group of these paintings for £20. Instead of spending the money on clothes or records, he traveled to London and bought 5 mint-condition Hiroshige prints. Those first prints had an incredible provenance. They had once belonged to John Stuart Happer, an early Western collector of Japanese art who, remarkably, is buried beside Hiroshige himself in Togakuji Temple. And from that point on, Philip describes himself as completely addicted. Over the decades, Philip built a collection containing hundreds of Japanese woodblock prints, especially works by Hiroshige and Katsushika Hokusai. But the restoration project began almost accidentally. He started noticing heavily damaged and unwanted Hiroshige prints appearing in Japanese auctions. Most of these prints were from Hiroshige's famous 1834 Tōkaidō series, the set of landscapes that launched his career. But most collectors ignored these prints because they were simply too far gone. Most had severe insect damage, likely from the Japanese death watch beetle, but Philip saw potential. So Philip started buying them. Some cost only a few pounds. Most collectors would never attempt this kind of restoration, but Philip had 2 unusual advantages: decades of professional painting experience and extraordinary color matching ability. Using techniques developed through years of textile design work, he began carefully reconstructing damaged sections by hand. His benchmark for success was simple. If he could no longer find the repaired area himself, the restoration was working. Within the world of Japanese woodblock print collecting, restoration can be a complex and controversial subject. Most collectors prefer original surfaces and untouched condition whenever possible. At Miya Gallery, we do not retouch the prints we sell. Preserving originality is deeply important within the ukiyo-e collecting world and to us personally, as collectors and dealers. What makes Philip's project so interesting is that it exists outside the traditional commercial market. These were heavily damaged prints that most collectors had already passed over, works considered beyond conventional collectible condition. For Philip, the process became less about commercial restoration and more about craftsmanship, study, and the admiration for Hiroshige's extraordinary technique. Philip works primarily with designer's gouache, especially Winsor and Newton gouache, which allows him to recreate the soft opacity of traditional Japanese pigments. The process requires extraordinary patience. Some of Hiroshige's figures are only millimeters tall, and recreating their limbs, facial outlines, and parts of their clothing requires incredibly fine brushes and a steady hand. Through restoration, Philip also gained a deeper appreciation for the original craftsmen behind ukiyo-e, not just the artists, but the block carvers and printers themselves. He said he was amazed by the precision of the carving, the ability to cut impossibly fine lines into wood blocks by hand. For Philip, ukiyo-e isn't just a collecting hobby. It directly shapes his professional work as a textile designer. Elements from Hiroshige and Hokusai regularly appear in his fabrics. Flowers adapted from Edo-period woodblocks, animals and birds inspired by Hokusai compositions, and landscapes reinterpreted through contemporary design. The influence of ukiyo-e continues its journey, moving from 19th century Japanese printmakers into modern textile art. There's something poetic about restoring prints that others have abandoned. These prints survived earthquakes, wars, insects, fires, floods, and generations of owners. And now, through patience, craftsmanship, and admiration for the original artist, they've been given another life. For Philip Jacobs, restoration isn't about perfection. It's about preserving art, appreciating art, and continuing a conversation with artists from nearly 200 years ago. If you enjoyed this collector story, you can explore more collector profiles and Japanese woodblock prints at Mia Gallery. And if you'd like to see and even purchase Philip's textile work, simply search for Philip Jacobs Fabrics online. As for me, I'll see you next time. Happy collecting.